the corner.
In order for you and me to devise some kind of method or strategy to offset some of the events or a repetition of the events that have taken place here in Los Angeles recently, we have to go to the root. We have to go to the cause. Dealing with the condition itself is not enough.
Dear Mr. Massa, I'm just trying to mind my own business. What's the matter? It's just another day, another black king captured. I'm about to lose my brain, stuck inside this ghetto rapture. I got a lot of smoke. If you want it, you can have it. They want a hat trick, but this is black girl magic. Ain't talking about the kind that'll make you disappear, but I'm talking about the power of the melanin within. Ain't looking for trouble, but I'ma say this one time. I put two dukes up if you try to touch mine. We still want justice for Samir and Trayvon. You say you don't see color, but racism ain't blind. They targeting little kids whose skin look just like mine. So I'm paranoid, it's a war zone outside. And I'm a black queen, so if you ask me to step out of my car, you gon' have to snatch me. Cause I ain't going no damn well. Had to spend my whole life living unfair. Ancestors got my back and they right here. You can never understand, it's a nightmare. Living in my black shoes by the black rules. You can keep your handshake, I don't dap coons. The white man to go nuts if he can't shoot. But you all on his side like a damn fool. Make it make sense.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
We are exploited. We are downtrodden.
Make it make
Queen.
We are
sense.
denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression and exploitation
Queen.
away from us or aside from us is come together
Queens.
against the common enemy. Who taught you to hate the texture of your
Ahmadiyyah.
hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin?
Ahmadiyyah.
Parents, pay attention to the books, the school system, even to your little children. Lies mixed with wisdom. His skin too bright, so he was blind to the prison. My skin just right, so I collide with division. You trying to pray to God, but we tired of religion. No savior saving, we got to save our savings. We used to pay miss, how we gon' make the slave rich? But who's to blame, and tell me why you complaining? We need a team effort just to rule the nation. Like a bad relationship, missing communication. We missing moderation. They're trying to get a poison to my population. No reparations. I'm getting tired of Satan.
We are oppressed.
I'm
Queen.
getting tired of waiting.
We are downtrodden.
Queen.
We are denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression and exploitation.
Queen.
All right. Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning back in once again to the original Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur show. I'm your host, Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur, and this is your morning wake-up call. So as you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. Okay, all right, we the people. Juju B, Pearly is in the house. All right, Courtney J. Let's get into it, Claudette. That crazy beach Aries is here. All right, Mel is in the house. Okay, so before we get started, let's have a brief word from my sponsor at 12 Tribes. Hey, Nessa G. Okay, shout out to all of my loyal royals and everyone tuned into the Queen. And a big shout out to my moderators because y'all know they be putting in work. Okay, hey, it's Bree to you. Juju B is in the house. No more drama. Emma B is here. All right, let's get into it. We the people. Okay, so everybody please hit that like button. I see you, Des. Okay, so let's get into it. Sad news this morning, you guys. Sad news, I'm sure. Hey, Timothy, I'm sure you've all heard by now. I'm sure you have all heard by now about the unfortunate incident that happened yesterday in Chicago. Okay, a 31-year-old mom lost her life taken out at her son's school when she went to drop him off. Okay, so let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Like stuff, everyone, please like and share. Okay, so a 31-year-old woman was shot and killed in the South Loop on Monday morning. The fatal shooting happened just after 9 a.m., okay, on the 2200 block of South State Street. Police said the victim was involved in a physical altercation with another woman when the offender took out a gun and fired it, striking the 31-year-old woman in the face. Now, police said the victim was transported to Stroger Hospital, where she was pronounced deceased. The offender was then taken into custody. She has not yet been identified. Well, her name is Holly Johnson. Okay, the person who killed this young woman, her name is Holly Johnson. All right, and the victim's name is Romeca Meeks. A close friend of the woman said she was an outstanding mom who always showed up for her son. She was in school working to become a nurse. Area detectives are investigating. Okay, this is a very sad story and it's still developing. We don't have too much information, but I'm going to go to the news report. I'm going to go to a couple of news reports, and then I'm going to just get into some of the details of what happened. Okay, likes up, everyone. Please like and share. Thank you.
Another behind bars after shooting Chicago's South Loop this morning.
WGN's Courtney Spinelli joins us live with more on this shooting near a school. Courtney.
Yeah, good evening to you both. Grieving family members and friends of the 31-year-old victim tell me she had just dropped her son off at school this morning when she was shot and killed. Now the woman who allegedly pulled the trigger is in police custody tonight.
It's so sad you can't even just think straight.
Not long after the bell rang at this elementary school Monday morning, gunshots rang out nearby, leaving a young boy without his mom.
I mean, what do you tell a kid? When you just drop me off, how do you just say she's not here anymore? How do you explain it?
Police say the 31-year-old victim, whose name has not yet been released, was near Cermak and State just after 9. Early information leads investigators to believe some sort of a fight unfolded, shooting the victim in the face. The victim was rushed to Stroger Hospital while the suspect was cuffed at the scene.
It's not fair. The person doesn't come back. You need to understand that. They don't come back. Your life is taken too. So who really lose? Everybody lose. It's no win in a situation.
Kanisha works across the street and saw the aftermath of what happened. She doesn't know the victim, but is devastated for her family and friends and calls this preventable.
Violence is not the way to keep doing it. Nobody wins in a situation.
A family now looking for justice, as sources close to the investigation say detectives are speaking with witnesses and reviewing evidence to figure out exactly what happened.
It's so scary and sad. I don't even know. I feel real bad for the lady.
Now, the victim's loved ones tell me she was an outstanding mom who always showed up for her son. She had the purest soul, and she was the life of their friend group. Her family says she was working to become a nurse, something that was cut short. As of tonight, no charges have been filed against anyone in connection with her death. Live outside the 1st Police District, I'm Courtney Spinelli. Back to you.
Healthcare.
I don't understand why no charges have been filed as of yet. I'm sure they have been by now. At least they should have been. I mean, what they did to this woman was heinous, okay? It was very heinous, and I think that it was planned and calculated. I'm going to tell you my thoughts in just a second. Let me go to this other news report. Here we go.
A close friend of the 31-year-old woman killed says she was an outstanding mom who always showed up for her son. She says the victim, who authorities have not yet identified by name, was one of the purest souls in the life of their friend group. She was in school working to become a nurse. It was just after 9 this morning near the National Teachers Elementary Academy when police say some sort of a fight unfolded, the suspect pulling out a gun and shooting the victim in the face. She was rushed to Stroger Hospital but did not make it. Hours later, medical supplies and crime scene tape litter the ground where this happened. A woman we spoke with arrived to work shortly before the shooting and says as a mom herself, she's devastated by what happened.
What do you tell a kid? When you just drop me off, how do you just say she's not here anymore? How do you explain it? It's so sad you can't even just think straight. I can't even get my words out just thinking about it bad happening right here by us.
Family and friends of the woman killed now searching for answers and justice after her life was cut short. Investigators say this wasn't random. The victim and suspect were known to each other.
Okay, very, very, very sad. And here's the thing. The family is absolutely heartbroken and grief-stricken, as anyone should expect. But it's so sad that they literally had to ask people to stop sharing the picture or the video with the sister's body laying on the ground. They shouldn't have to ask anyone that. That should be common sense. In all the years I have been reporting on YouTube, Facebook, wherever, have never posted anyone's dead body or autopsy pictures or anything like that. That is sick. Okay, it's morbid. Who does that? And especially when you know the family is grieving, because this is fresh. It has just literally still happened. Now, I have some of the video from the scene, but of course it's been edited so you don't see anything graphic. But I want you all to hear what they're saying, because first off, the woman who killed this young lady, Holly Johnson, she didn't have any, she gave 0 F's, in my opinion, and so did the father, Carlos. Okay, Carlos gave 0 F's as well. So it's like they were both, it seems to me like they planned this whole thing out, because they came there with a gun. Why are you bringing a gun to school premises? That's illegal. Second of all, the father, why would he bring the other baby mom who doesn't get along with the first baby's mom? Why would he bring her to the son's school? I think they set this all up. Here's the thing. The family is saying, supposedly, allegedly, that, and I think I actually heard one of the family members say this, a cousin or someone, but that the son's father still wants her. He still wanted her and was mad because she didn't want him. And that's about the size of it. That's what it seems like. Because if you've moved on with your life and you have a whole nother woman and a whole nother child, why are you over here worried about this woman? He still wanted her. That's what I believe. Okay, that's what I believe. And so he likely was one of those men. You know how some of these men are, ladies and fellas. There's some women like this too. But you know how there's people that'll say, if I can't have you, nobody can. That's how I think he felt. That's how I think he felt, that he didn't want anybody else to have her, and he still wanted her himself, even though he was with somebody else. Okay? At the end of the day. And I think that he put the battery in Holly's back on the way there, because they said she was coming from Wisconsin to Chicago. I think that's where she lives, but they said she was coming from Wisconsin with him. And I do believe they had the baby in the car. That's what some people are saying. Now, of course, I wasn't there. This is all secondhand information, but it just seems like he planned this all out, because for one, after they shot this woman and she's lying there bleeding out, this is all just so sick. I hate to even have to think about it, but seriously, while she's lying there bleeding out, the baby's father is standing over her talking about it was self-defense. That's the mother of your son laying on the ground dying, shot in her face. And you're talking about self-defense? It was not self-defense. People on the scene said that he had her in a headlock. They say that him and the other baby mom rolled up on the scene, I guess. She had just dropped her son off. Then they got into an altercation. Now, I don't know who the altercation was with. Some people say it was between the two women. That's what most people are saying. And then he, for whatever reason, I guess trying to help out his other baby mom, grabbed Romeca, grabbed her in a headlock. Had her in a headlock. And then that's when they say the other baby mom went and got the gun and came back and shot her in the face. That lets me know right there that she was jealous. You shot her in the face. You were a whole hater. That's what that says to me. Okay, hold on. I'm going to go to some of this footage. Now, what you'll see in this video, because like I said, it's been edited, so none of the graphic stuff is showing, and because there was blood everywhere. There was blood all over the baby's father, over his hands and stuff. And he had the nerve to touch somebody, like grab somebody by their hand or something. He had blood all on him. And how are you standing there calm when your baby's mom is laying on the ground dying? Your son's inside the school. You got blood all over you from her, and you're calm? Like, I don't understand that. I do not understand that this had to be planned as far as I'm concerned. They were both too calm, and she's standing there, the killer. She's standing there on her cell phone talking to somebody, saying something, and then she says, yeah. She says, I'm licensed to carry. As if that matters. Girl, you literally brought a gun on a school property. Okay? That's a felony within itself. And then you killed somebody at that school? You think anybody cares whether or not you have a license to carry? This is what makes me think they planned it all out. Because immediately, Carlos starts talking about self-defense, even though it wasn't. And then, at least not from what witnesses are saying, and then the baby's mom, the other one, Holly, she's sitting there talking about, I'm licensed to carry. So did you go get your license to carry so you could buy a gun, so y'all could come there and y'all could start an altercation with this young lady and kill her? And then scream self-defense? Because that's what it sounds like. That's what it seems like to me. Let me go to this video of the scene. Likes up, everyone. Please like and share.
Yeah, because she got shot and walked
You had
out.
in a fucking headlock and you know it. You fucking know it. You fucking know it. You're fucking bogus as fuck. We heard you. You're gonna get fucking shot, you asshole. The captain said the one in the green. She had it on. You let her fucking get shot. And she was the girl that shot. This her car right here. She was standing on the doorway.
She's literally dead, bro. What do you mean she's dead, bro? Because of you. What you mean? Look, she's dead.
She's the one who shot her.
But she shot her. Baby in the car, how you feel? She didn't drop her. Get up. You scared as hell, right?
She put the gun in the car. She put the gun in the car. The gun is in the car. Arrest her. She put the gun in the car. She put the gun in the car.
This car, Brody. She walked out. Yeah, because she got shot and walked
You
out.
had in a fucking headlock and you know it. You fucking know it. You fucking know it. You're fucking bogus as fuck. We heard you. You're gonna get fucking shot, you asshole. The captain said the one right here, the one in the green. She had it on. You let her fucking get shot. And she was the girl that shot. This her car right here. She was standing on the doorway.
She's literally dead, bro. What do you mean she's dead, bro? Because of you. What you mean? Look, she's dead.
She's the one who shot her.
But she shot her. Baby in the car, how you feel? She didn't drop her. Get up. You scared as hell, right?
Okay, so Greta Lee said this was a total setup, like Queen said. That's what it sounds like. That's exactly what it looks like and sounds like. This is so darn sad. Why would he hold her in a headlock like that? Why would he do that? It seems like he really wanted her dead. And he knew that girl, he knew that gun was in the car. They both knew that. They both knew that. And here's the thing. She's in jail. He went home and started posting on Facebook talking about this is the worst day of my life. Let me tell you what's going to happen. She's going to be charged with first-degree premeditated murder. I'm pretty sure that's what they're going to charge her with. They might charge her with first and second degree. But they're definitely going to charge her, I believe, with first-degree murder because this had to be planned out, lady. You brought the gun to the school. You went and got the gun out of the car while he was holding her in a headlock. And then y'all are sitting up here talking about self-defense. There was no self-defense. She was not even a threat to you. He was holding her in a headlock. She couldn't even defend herself. According to witnesses, she couldn't even defend herself. This is absolutely egregious. Okay? Absolutely crazy. And this is the killer right here in the white. This is her right here. All crazy. But hold on. Hold on. Let me go to some of the posts. Because this young lady, Romeca, she was going viral for the notes that she would put in her son's lunchbox every day. And this is the last one that he's ever going to get, sadly. She says, "Happy Monday, son. Today is a fresh start to do this, and you can start off strong." Okay, she says, "Always remember, always remain yourself. You're the coolest, smartest, and funniest kid I know. I love you so much, and you make me so proud. Have a great day. Mommy loves you. Love, Mom." Now, she just dropped her son off at school. For that little boy to have to find out that his mother is dead right after she dropped him off, this is crazy. And the father was party to it, and the sibling, your sibling's mother, killed your mother. You see how crazy that sounds? It's really sad, but that other baby mom, Holly, she's going down, because this is what she posted not too long ago on Facebook. Okay? Sometimes you gotta start just killing MFs. That's what she posted. Sometimes you gotta start just killing MFs. Y'all see that? Now here's another post, and this is obviously what Romeca posted. She said, "How long does it take a baby daddy to get over his first baby mom? Asking for myself, because this ninja got to get off my D and be a dad. I'm tired of getting popped up on at my job and school, ready to get fought on. Ninja, go fight them other bitches you clearly don't want." So this is something that he'd done before. Please pay attention. Popping up at her job or at the school or whatever. Because remember, she was going to school to be a nurse. She says, "I only argue with you about our son, and I'm effing a million ninjas and disrespectful." Because that's what he would call her. And call her a hoe and say she's disrespectful. She messed with all these dudes or whatever. Bitch, I'm such a hoe, but don't want you. G, you don't have my number or address. I'm tired of you playing with my name on me. Mr. Always say I'ma do or buy my son something and don't. I'm finna start eating you up, Bia. And then she says, "Hate my baby mama, man." So she felt like he hated her, and clearly he did. Clearly he did if he would do something this drastic. I mean, the fact that he had no empathy, no remorse. I mean, like, just can't fathom shooting somebody in their face. Even if I had to, even if it was self-defense, really self-defense, I still can't fathom just standing there calm and cool and collect, talking on the darn phone like nothing happened, like somebody's not laying there dying or already dead. I just can't fathom that. And especially for him to be the father of her child. This is all so crazy. This is all crazy. I'm going to go to some footage. Hold on. Let me show you all a couple of pictures. Okay, this is the young lady, Romeca, that passed away, sadly. Beautiful young lady. She reminds me of Rashida from Love and Hip Hop on this picture right here in the blue and white. She reminds me of Rashida right there. This is the other baby mom, Holly, the killer. She was pregnant in this picture. Now, her son is only about 6 months old. Neither of these children are going to have their mothers because Holly's going to be in prison. And the father should be too, because he was right there. He was in on it. But Holly's going to be in prison, and she's not going to see her son. And Romeca is deceased. This is just a tragic story, no matter how you slice it. What were they thinking? And then, like I said, somebody had a restraining order. I don't know who had the restraining order. But I tell you what, Holly's in for a treat. Because she sat up there and did all of this over that no good man, Carlos Lassos Way. I believe that's his name, Carlos Lassos Way. Here's the thing. At the end of the day, you don't think he's going to just flip on her? You don't think he's going to just point the finger at her? Act like he didn't have anything to do with this? She's gone. Now, they said initially there was no charges pressed, but that's because they were screaming self-defense. The police are actively investigating, and when they find out that it actually wasn't self-defense, which they may have found out by now, I'm sorry, ma'am, you're going to be charged with first-degree murder 9 times out of 10. Might be second degree, but I actually hope it's first degree because I think they planned it all out. That's just what I think. Okay, it's very sad. And then here's the video of her sister, of Romeca's sister, when she was asking everybody not to be sharing that video. And listen to what she says about the child's father. She said he did wrong, but he wants to hurt somebody. And that's how some of these no good men are. That's how some of these no good men are.
Who did wrong?
Lie, cheat, and steal. And then when you get sick of dealing with their BS, when you get sick and tired and get fed up, now they want to kill you. Or they want to stab us. This is what happens. Okay? So darn sad, but let's continue.
And you wanted to hurt somebody that you hurt. Nobody did anything to you. You hurt my sister and that girl. Please, I'm asking y'all, can y'all please just don't post that video of my baby sister laying in that ground. She is gone. Yes, she's gone, y'all. She's gone. She's gone. My mama is having a heart attack while life hit my siblings. Please, y'all. Please, her family is mourning. This is a real big loss, y'all. Please, please. I will respond to y'all later. I can't right now. I'm so broken and tore up. Please, y'all. I'm trying to hold everybody in one thing, hold myself. Our kids, everything. Please, y'all, give us a time, please.
My God, this is so sad. Oh, this is absolutely so sad. Just ruined so many lives just in a matter of minutes. Just ruined so many lives. Ruined both of the children's lives. Those two little boys don't have their moms. One in prison, one's going in the grave. The father's probably going to prison. Just ruining lives left and right. Now the family's left to grieve. This is all absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. Well, I'll tell you what, if he doesn't get charged and he doesn't end up going to jail, going to prison, he's going to be right on with the next one, honey. And that girl, Holly, is going to realize how big of a fool she is because he's going to point the finger at her. He's going to act like this was all on her. Okay? He's going to act like this was all on her. Because if I'm not mistaken, I think he's already flipping on her. Because if I'm not mistaken, this right here, where it says sometimes you gotta start just killing MFs. I think he's the one that posted that. I think he's the one that shared that. I mean, she posted it some time ago, but I think he reshared it today because there's a message at the bottom that says worst day of my life. That's from him, and it's attached to this post. So it's like he posted both of those. Okay, like he screenshotted and posted. I don't know what he did, but also it said, see that? It said something like, see that? She been hating my baby. And I'm thinking, who's he talking about? Is he talking about Holly? Saying that Holly's been hating Romeca? Because if that's what he's talking about, he's already flipping on her right now. Okay? He's already flipping on her. Yeah. Exactly, Queen Huey. It definitely sounds premeditated. Okay, so I'm going to go to some footage of Romeca and her son and just some videos of Romeca. Likes up, everyone, please. Another Queen Ahmadiyyah production.
Haze on the corner, they talking real loud. Spreading no light, trying to bring me down. Enemies lurking, but I won't back away. Got a vision in my mind, I'm here to stay. My crew beside me, we rise like a tide. When the storm gets rough, we ain't gonna hide. Poppin' get us swilling, but it won't touch me. Only love around, that's how it's gonna be. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track. In the city lights where dreams collide, we hustle through the night, fire in our stride. Whispers in the dark can't dim my glow. With rhythm in my soul, I'm ready for the show. We break the chains, rewrite the rules in this concrete jungle where nobody's fools. Unity sings louder than the lies they scheme. In the heart of the struggle, we dare to dream. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track.
Another Queen Ahmadiyyah production.
Haze on the corner, they talking real loud. Spreading no light, trying to bring me down. Enemies lurking, but I won't back away. Got a vision in my mind, I'm here to stay. Put my crew beside me, we rise like a tide. When the storm gets rough, we ain't gonna hide. Propaganda swirling, but it won't touch me. Only love around us, how it's gonna be. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track. In the city lights where dreams collide, we hustle through the night, fire in our stride. Whispers in the dark can't dim my glow. With rhythm in my soul, I'm ready for the show. We break the chains, rewrite the rules in this concrete jungle where nobody's fools. Unity sings louder than the lies they scheme. In our heart and the struggle, we dare to dream. Keep moving forward, never looking back. Every time, open a sex gate. My kick, the words, my faith, can't even only been one stage. It's like an earthquake, don't follow you out. Create a close to head, just get it from the back. Such an awesome play, easy, just a more for all. Soul, and that's here to stay. Every time, open a sex gate. My kick, the words, my faith, can't even only been one stage. It's like an earthquake, don't follow you out. Create a close to head, just get it from the back. Such an awesome play, easy, just a more. Sex gate, my kick, the words, my faith, can't even only been one stage. It's like an earthquake, don't follow you out. Create a close to head, just get it from the back. Such an awesome play, easy, just a more for all.
And typically, I try to mind my business when it comes to Chicago because y'all motherfuckers are very fucking ruthless. Today action shows just that. I'm trying to understand how the fuck do you let the first baby mama and the second baby mama get into it outside the baby schoolhouse and then it leads up to a smurder while you there, the baby daddy, the common fucking denominator out of everything. Not only that, I seen the videos on Facebook. And the bystander said you had your first baby mama in a motherfucking headlock while the second baby mama was pouncing on her and went to go get the GUN and then pumed her in her face in front of y'all baby's school. I couldn't imagine my mom putting a note in my lunchbox, dropping me off, telling me to have a good day. And not even 30 minutes to an hour later, my brother or sister mom unalives my mom in my school parking lot. And it goes viral, so I would never forget, and it will always be footage of my mom being unalive. Y'all gotta fucking do better. Serious business. Y'all have to fucking do better. And then the second baby mama dumb as fuck, cause this ditzy asshole in the back talking something. I'm licensed to carry. You being licensed to carry does not mean you gotta be scary and shoot first. If y'all baby daddy already got her in a chokehold, What the fuck are you even using deadly force for? A GUN shot to the face? Bitch, you was jealous on a whole nother different kind of level. And you fighting demons that's fucking beyond me. The face, in front the baby's school, a tussle. You bitches gotta do better. Like, seriously. Y'all have to do better. The fuck is going on?
Okay, so you all heard that. Now, with that all being said, I went on Carlos's Facebook. Hold on. I went on his Facebook and somebody left him this message. I'm going to play it for you all. It's audio. Hold on. I think I can get it to play. Hold on. Likes up, everyone. Please don't forget to like and share. Thank you in advance. Trying to see, where is the audio button on here? Can y'all hear that? Can y'all hear that? Once in the chat if you all can hear it, because I can't hear on this end. I told y'all my audio's messed up on this side. Can you all hear that recording? Once in the chat. You can't hear it? Okay, hold on. Okay, I don't know why I can't get it to play. I'll go to his Facebook in a second. Okay, I don't know why I can't get it to play. Sorry, hold on. In a second. Didn't mean to do that. Okay. Okay, so hold on for just a second. I'll have to go to his Facebook and pull that up. But somebody left him a nasty message because they were very upset by what transpired. Okay, so let's go to this next video. Honey, when I tell you all, when this happened, this was everywhere yesterday. Literally everywhere. Tyology Terry said, maybe an invisible mute in the corner, Queen. Okay, thank you, beloved. Thank you. I'll check.
First, say rest in peace to Romeca Meeks, the young lady that was unalive today after dropping her son off at school. I think this right here done touched everybody. I don't care what you say, this done did stuff. This done touched people's hearts down in their soul. I was so choked up because I could tell she was a good mother from the letter that she gave to her son. You know, you never think the little things mean so much. Who would have thought that would have been the last letter she gave to her son? If this don't give women a reality check, I don't think nothing will. Within the past few weeks, past few months, these men have been unaliving these women like I don't know what, or the women are unaliving each other over these men. And the sad thing about this is the men still are walking free and messing somebody else's life up. I don't know how true it was, but they were saying that when the baby's father came to the school with the other baby's mama, I guess he got into an altercation with Romeca and put her in the head in a like a chokehold or a headlock. And then that's when the other baby mama unalived her. You know what I'm saying? She pew this girl in the face and neck and I don't know. And me, I always go to a person page on here when you know who it is. They had put some video footage up of her, and you can look at those videos and tell what kind of person she was. She was beautiful, so we already know that baby daddy didn't want to leave her alone. We already know that she probably was pretty much fed up with him, because if you go to her page and look at some of her posts, you can tell they was back and forth with each other. You could tell he didn't want to let her go. You know, I can understand why men want to have their cake. You can't have your cake and eat it too, as they say. And a lot of men will tell you, if they're honest, they can't take it when a woman don't want them no more or cheats on them, and they already done dogged her out. I cannot understand why men just can't do right by women, and then none of this will happen. Men, you cannot continue to mistreat these women and dog them out and think they're gonna sit around and take it, especially a beautiful girl like this Romeca girl. She was beautiful. So I can understand why this man right here did what he did. It was jealousy, and he wanted to be with her and probably be with that baby mama too. Play both of them. That's what he wanted. But I can imagine that Romeca probably was tired of him. You know what I'm saying? She living her life, taking care of that baby. You could tell her and her son had a bond just by that letter I saw that she wrote to him. But like I said, prayers going up for this family. This is truly sad. How many more women are going to have to go through this before you realize that some men ain't even worth it? And at the end of the day, he going to be out free, and 2 children have lost their mother while he go and impregnate somebody else and mess their life up. I'm just saying, this is sad.
Exactly. Oh, such a waste and such a darn shame too. Yeah, he's the one that posted it. Because here's what he said. Now listen to this. This is how you know he's throwing Holly under the bus. He said, I had to reactivate to speak. I guess his page was not activated. I don't know. But he says, I had to reactivate to speak. Keep in mind, Meeks a damn near everyday person in my life. Now he's talking about Romeca because her last name is Meeks. Says she's damn near an everyday person in my life. This the other baby mama post. Yeah. I want you all to tell you all something in a minute. He said this the other baby mama's post. This ish was all part of the plan. Ben hated my baby. And then he put a broken heart emoji and he says, I'm so sorry, Meeks. Now, do y'all hear this? Now, he's the one that took that woman up there to kill her. He's the one that rode her there and knew that they had a gun in the car. Now he's going to sit here and flip the script. I had to reactivate to speak. Keep in mind, Meeks is a damn near everyday person in my life. This the other baby mama's post. You know what the post is? He posted the one that I showed you all where she said, sometimes you got to start just killing MFs. He said this is her post. So he's already shifting the blame to her, just like I knew he would. Just like I knew he would. What he did was diabolical. He wanted that baby mama dead because he couldn't have her, so nobody could. And he got the other baby mama to do it. Do y'all see how that works? Do y'all see how that works? And then he's going to put the worst day of my life. Like, get the F out of here. I mean, it's the nerve for me. It's the absolute nerve. This is such a shame. Prayers and condolences to the families, and specifically to the sons. Oh, this is just awful. Absolutely awful. And I feel so bad for who had to tell that little boy, who had to pick him up from school and tell him that his mother is gone. This is so sad. Absolutely egregious. So anyway, with that all being said, hold on. I was trying to find that audio because they went in on him. They really did. I hate I couldn't play it. Hold on. I'm going to go to his Facebook page in a minute so you all can see some of the stuff he posted. Now, with that all being said, here's what they are reporting. I just saw this article. It says, fight over baby daddy leads to Chicago baby mama shot dead by new girlfriend. Carlos Lasso's way, baby mothers fight over him, leading to baby mama Romeca Meeks shot dead as female shooter Holly Johnson is taken into custody, claiming self-defense. While authorities declined to identify the victim, social media identified the victim as Romeca Meeks. The incident happened just after 9 a.m. on the 2200 block of South State Street and Cermak Road, shortly after she dropped off her son and was heading to work. Yeah, she had on her uniform. This is so sad. And you know what's crazy? Their sons look alike because they look like the father. Let me share this on the screen so you all can see it. No good men, honey. At the end of the day, this is all so sad. Now, this is Romeca and her son. with him. And this is the other baby mama, Holly, with her son. The sons look alike. Yeah, he set her up. That's exactly what that was. So anyway, it goes on to say, just moments after having dropped off her young son, Meeks' former boyfriend, Carlos Losos Way, the father of her young son, arrived in a vehicle along with his new girlfriend, with whom he also shares a young child. Social media identified the other baby mama as Holly Johnson of Chicago. Now, at some point, now they did say she was coming from Wisconsin. So I don't know if that's where she lives or she was just coming from there, but that's what people have said. Okay, so at some point, words were spoken with tensions escalating, leading to a physical altercation between Meeks and Johnson. Witnesses report that Meeks' child's father was present despite an active restraining order. So she has a restraining order on him because somebody in her family, I want to say it was one of her cousins, they did say that he was abusive to her. It's probably why she left him. And she had a restraining order. He wasn't even supposed to be anywhere near her. So during the fight, Meeks was reportedly placed in a headlock. In those moments, Johnson pulled out a firearm and shot Meeks in the face. She was transported to Stroger Hospital, where she was pronounced dead. Commentators on social media alleged that the alleged shooter had placed a restraining order against the victim. Nevertheless, questions were asked why the shooter and the victim's former boyfriend confronted Meeks outside the school. See, that's where the confusion is, because some people did say that that the shooter had placed a restraining order on Romeca. That is what some people were saying too. So I don't know who had the restraining order, but what I do know is this. If Holly had a restraining order on Romeca, that would likely be so she can carry out her little plot. Self-defense. You see, if you go get a restraining order on someone and act as though they're threatening you or you're afraid or fearful, and then you end up killing them, you see how that works? You see how that works? So I don't know if she had the restraining order on Romeca or not, but there definitely was a restraining order because people keep talking about it. Now, it goes on to say it was while police were arriving at the scene that the female shooter claimed in captured video of the immediate aftermath of having a concealed license to carry, along with Carlos Losos Way insisting that he and his new girlfriend had acted in self-defense. Yeah, they planned this. That was the whole thing. And then he posted saying, worst day of my life. Shortly after the shooting, he's on Facebook talking about worst day of my life. Why are you on Facebook? Why are you even thinking about getting online, fool? You should be in that school trying to comfort your darn son who now has no mother. But he's on Facebook. I just want y'all to pay attention. Now, the post led to 9,000 shares and over 7,300 comments, many of which criticized the father's actions along with his failure to de-escalate the situation and for having incited the altercation in the first place, which led to Romeca's shooting. So one person said, boy, I ain't see a single tear in that video. Yeah, you didn't, because he wasn't crying. He was like calm. They were both amazingly calm. When I tell you, I am usually good about keeping my head in crisis situations or whatever, but if I just killed somebody, even if I had to, or just saw somebody get killed, I promise you I'm likely going to be frantic, hysterical. I'm not going to be sitting there just talking calm and cool and collect like they both were. They had no remorse. No remorse whatsoever. It was like they had it all planned out. I promise you, that's exactly what I think. I mean, the whole thing just seemed like, I don't even know what the families are feeling, because to me, this even seems like a dream. Like, this doesn't even seem real. Like, somebody went to their son's school and had somebody do this to his mother right outside after she dropped him off. Like, who does that? He has to be a whole demon. But like I said, I think they premeditated this. They planned the whole thing out. Oh, we're going to get you a license to carry. You're going to go up to the school. Because see, here's the thing. Remember in the post where she said, you know, how long does it take a baby daddy to get over their first baby mama? Yeah, because he wasn't over her. And the thing of it is, she said, you don't know where I stay and you don't know my address. You don't know my address and you don't know my phone number. What does that tell you? She didn't want anything to do with him. She didn't want anything to do with him. She probably was having him to pick their son up whenever he'd be with the son, probably having him to pick the son up from a neutral place or like a public place or something. And then remember, she said she's always getting popped up on at her job or at school. So that's what he would do. He was just in a habit. That's a person that don't want to leave you the hell alone. That's what that is. That's a person who doesn't want to leave you alone. If somebody doesn't give you their address and their phone number, they don't want anything to do with you. So why are you popping up at their job? Okay, yeah, he was definitely upset. Okay, so anyway, somebody said, so another person commented saying, stop acting like you ain't know what was going to happen. Exactly. Another person said, trying to figure out why you ain't locked up yet. Somebody said, lost both of his baby mamas in one day. Another person said, how are you going to explain this to your son? And then somebody said, you're going to jail. Now, the female shooter has since been taken into custody for questioning. Police have yet to announce whether the woman who had a restraining order against the victim will now face any charges. So they're saying she had a restraining order against Romeca, which is interesting because Romeca wasn't bothering her, according to sources and what people are saying. Like I said, premeditated. That was all a part of it. That was all a part of it, okay? That's what that was. That's what that was. I wonder how she was able to get the restraining order. Probably went there and lied. Nestle G said exactly, he needs to be locked up. Yes, he absolutely does. Okay, but anyway, let me continue. So, police confirmed area detectives are leading the investigation. Anyone with information is urged to submit tips anonymously to cpdtip.com or call CPD First District at 312-745-4290. So they haven't said whether or not she's going to face charges because, yeah, they're still trying to investigate to see whether or not it was self-defense, which it clearly wasn't. It just wasn't. There was nothing pertaining to self-defense involved in any of that. It's a darn shame. Such a darn shame. Hold on, let me see something. Okay. Anyway, with that all being said, let's talk about Derek Jackson. Let's talk about Derek Jackson because he is low down and nefarious. And now he wants his ex-wife to change her last name. Hold on, I'm going to try to play this audio one more time. I think there is a mute button that I just can't see it. Or a play button.
You a stupid, filthy, funky ass, crusty ass, musty ass, stupid ass, country ass, sick in the head ass nigga. Gonna hold your motherfucking baby mama down so another bitch can get one up on her. I hope they throw you in the motherfucking hole and don't feed you shit for the rest of your life. Oh, stupid ass, nothing ass nigga. Fuck you.
Somebody left him that, honey. Okay. Courtney J said he's trash too. Absolutely he is. Jones said it was not self-defense. They went where she was at. Exactly. That's exactly what they did. No, they can't cry self-defense now. They can miss me with it, honey. They went there to harm her. And here's the thing that doesn't make any sense either. So this is how you further know it was planned. If the baby mom, Holly, had a restraining order against Romeca, why the hell would she go up to that school? Why would she even go up to the school? Like, make it make sense. But now she wants to sit there and cry and whine, talking about self-defense. Like, girl, that's not going to fly. I promise you that's not going to work. Okay? It's not going to work at all. Anyway, let's continue. Now, hold on. Before we talk about Derek Jackson, let's talk about Ray J. Have y'all heard from Ray J? It's really going on. Ray J, you know, they talk about prayers up for Ray J, honey. He's been doing some strange stuff, as we all know. I think he's on illegal substances and whatnot, and probably alcohol to boot. But, you know, just recently, a few days ago, on September the 4th to be exact, he was kicked out of Kai Cenat's house after calling himself the new Diddy on the live stream. Do y'all remember that? Do y'all remember that? And then got in the shower, was acting all crazy. It was all cringe. Kai Cenat's Mafia-thon 3 event has gotten off to a strong start, with appearances from Kim Kardashian and Mariah Carey taking place on the first 2 days. The second day also featured an appearance from Ray J, who's gone viral in recent months for his continued defense of Diddy. His spot on the stream was cut short after he brought his Diddy defense to Cenat's house. In a brief interaction with Ray Asian Boy, one of Cenat's streamer friends, Ray asked Ray J if he ever attended a Diddy party. Have I ever went to a Diddy party? I'm the new Diddy. That's what the fool said. The answer left Cenat stunned, and he promptly kicked Ray J out. While Ray J was leaving, he can be heard saying "Free Puffy" several times. Now, at a different point of the stream, Cenat was in the shower. Ray J attempted to join him. Okay, getting real frisky here, Ray J. Please sit down somewhere, sir. Okay, attempted to join him while a DJ played One Wish in the background. Was that Ray J's One Wish? To get in the shower with Kai Cenat? Both segments were played for laughs, as that is how Cenat's stream typically rolls. Now, Mafia-thon 3 will last for the rest of the month. Okay, I don't even know about all that. So anyway, that's what Kai Cenat has going on. But now, that was all fun and games. But then yesterday, I saw this report or this video that Ray J did. I'm going to put an overlay on it. This is Ray J did this video talking about, you know, self-harm and whatever, and talking to Dr. Bryant and all this. And I never heard of Dr. Bryant until yesterday when he mentioned her. But anyway, the doctor showed up and told him to get off the internet. And I'm glad she did, because he was really about to tell too much as far as I'm concerned.
I got Dr. Bryant coming over. A lot of people are telling me, okay, just talk to somebody and just, you know what I'm saying, let them know what you're going through. So Dr. Bryant is here, and I know, you know, y'all seen her work and how real she be keeping it. Dr. Bryant, how you doing?
Hey Ray, how you doing?
I know I got the phone on record, but Dr. Bryant about to help me right now, and you know everybody need help.
Okay, well, hold on, Ray, but we're not going to do this publicly.
Mm-hmm.
We can't do it. We can't have a bottle. We can't drink. We're not doing it publicly.
Okay.
So you're not about to.
Okay, so I'm gonna cut.
There's no.
I'm gonna cut the camera,
cut.
But I'm gonna keep y'all updated, and I just wanted to show y'all, like, yo, I'm trying to.
Ray, camera off, bottle down. Time to go.
All right, so I got Dr. Bryant coming over. A lot of people are telling me, okay.
He's clearly going through something. I wish him all the best. Okay. Tyology Terry said you can drink off camera per usual. Natasha said the devil's coming to collect. Leon said he's sick. You can see it. He does. He's starting to look like older or something. Ray J always has looked young for his age. He's starting to look a little stressed in the face to me. Hold on. Yang says Ray needs to grow up. He's a whole demon with mental issues. I do believe so. Ray J needs to release the demons and tell his wrongdoings. He's undercover. His undercover work is getting to him. Could be. Tyology Terry says his baptism in his pool wore off. He got baptized in the pool. I think I remember him saying something about that. Tyology Terry said they're not drinking that you know what at the party no more. Oh, really? Hold on. William said this should be called the Entitled Queens Show, or 13% doing 88%. William, I'm not sure what that means, but it's giving shade. Just Anticipate said Whitney's haunting the heck out of him. You think so, beloved? Could be. Could be. Okay, so now let's talk about Charleston White, and then we're going to get into Derek Jackson. Okay, so Charleston White's foolish self, I just don't like him. Reeks of raccoon. He went to go speak at an HBCU, and just went off on the people. I don't even know what they did to tick him off. You know, I saw one lady saying, oh, that's what they get. I don't blame him. You know, black people don't want to listen and this and that. They don't want to hear what he had to say. But I'm like, lady, I didn't see anybody not wanting to hear what he had to say. It just seemed like he went off for no good reason. Now, maybe there's something we missed or I missed, but it just seemed like he was just going off for randomly to me.
People don't have no business hanging with each other. Why? Because all they're going to do is argue and squabble. When they get through arguing, squabbling, and debate, they ain't going to build nothing. They're not going to produce nothing. They're not going to manufacture nothing. They're not going to create nothing. So why you talk to black people? Go. We're not arguing, Mr. White. We need plans. We need resources. And that's what we talk about how to do it. We're not coming without turning the debate.
That was just so ignorant and rude of him. He went off on those people and then left. I'm going to go to the second clip.
Promoting black education. Why would you go to an HBCU? Promote black education. Why would you speak? I went to a white school. Well, what happened? Where high school did you go to?
Oh my!
How Terry said, talk and mess with that eye wondering. Let me know he one side minded. That is just cruel. Okay. That is just cruel. I told y'all about talking about people's disabilities. Y'all should be ashamed. Leon said, I don't deal with anyone crazier than me. Crazy. Okay, now let's talk about Derek Jackson. How many of you remember Derek Jackson? Once in the chat. Ladies, I know y'all remember this man, honey. I never liked him, and I never believed anything he said. I knew he was running the game. And I was so thrilled when he got exposed. Okay? I was so thrilled when Tasha K exposed him. So y'all remember this no good Negro? Let's get into it. Because here he is right here with his lovely ex-wife. This is a nice picture of her. But do y'all remember? That's him right there. I don't know why some of y'all thought he was so fine, honey, please. He was basic to me. His wife looks beautiful in this picture. This picture right here, though, that's how he had her looking with that bonnet on or whatever. If you all remember when he got exposed for filth, for cheating and lying. And this is a man, for those of you who don't know him, let me just give you the backstory. So this man has so many female followers. So many women were following him, hundreds of thousands, because he was giving them advice about men. And I just felt like he was full of crap because everything that he would say to me was catering to women, acting like the men are always at fault, which I know is absolutely not true. Sometimes the women are at fault, myself included. So with that all being said, it was obvious to me that he was just pandering to women, just saying whatever they wanted to hear. Okay, always making the guy the victim or whatever. Then come to find out that the reason he knew all this stuff is because that's what he was doing. Every bit of it. Everything he was saying about these men, that's what he was doing. Lying, cheating, all that. Okay, and then he got called out and exposed. So then he had his wife come on a video. He went live to explain himself or whatever. And then he had his wife come on there looking all forlorn, no makeup, not hair not done, with a bonnet on or something like that. And I'm like, why does he have her sitting there looking like that? Like he wants her to look as unattractive as possible. Now, she's not an unattractive lady, but I'm just saying, it's like he wanted her to just look plain Jane for whatever reason. I don't know. To this day, I never could figure that out. So anyway, Greta said he is a budget Kevin Samuels. Well, here's the thing. Kevin Samuels was talking trash about women. This guy was talking trash about me for women. And he was putting the women up there on a pedestal, but talking down on the men. And I'm like, yeah, that's probably what he does. And come to find out it was. Okay, so anyway, with that all being said, I never cared for him, like I said. But here's what they say. Here's what they say. Glad she took that helmet of salvation off. Derek Jackson's ex-wife removes the bonnet in new photos. Fans say she's tapping into her inner hot girl after separating from the relationship guru. Now, the video's text overlay detailed his alleged unsolicited, disrespectful, intimidating mail to my house because I didn't go back to my maiden name. This is what she's saying. Photos of USPS says, sorry, we missed you. Delivery slips were also shown in the clip. Okay, seemingly confirming that someone with a partially redacted name that begins with DE, that would be Derek Jackson, sent her mail on July the 29th and the 31st. Dania, however, made certain that followers knew she was alluding to Derek as she wrote, when the police won't help, when the court won't help, when the church says be silent, when the world supports. That's what she put in caption. So more than 1,690 people liked the post and 200 plus left comments, which are now limited, supporting her decision to keep Jackson as her last name, while others dragged Derek through the ringer for his alleged mistreatment of Dania. So this is the video right here from 2021 where he had her come on there looking all crazy. Hold on, I'm going to share this. This is after he got exposed for filth and everybody knew he was a liar and a cheater and all the stuff that he was saying was just bogus. Hold on. This is how he had her looking a whole hot mess. Didn't even let the woman put on no makeup or do her darn hair. That's just low down, okay? I want y'all to pay attention.
Some of it is true, some of it is completely false. But the truth is, and I'm saying it here now, is that Derek Jackson was involved with other women outside the marriage. And by involved, I want to be clear, I'm not talking about just casually kicking it, maybe a lunch or something like that. I'm talking about as serious as sex, to sexual flirtation and meeting up and that kind of thing. And some things that otherwise may be considered okay by some in terms of like just chatting or checking on people or being checked on by people that I've had a previous encounter with. But without my wife's knowledge of it and with us having a sexual history, all of it falls under the umbrella of inappropriate, cheating, affair, stepping out. Definitely not in alignment with the vows that I took, and definitely not in.
Sir, please sit down. We don't need you to explain to us. You should have been explaining to your darn wife. But see, he was so busy trying to keep his platform. That's what that was all about, trying to keep his money coming in. Low down self. So like I said, that was from after he got busted. And then he came over there and tried to give us all the little spiel, but nobody was falling for it. Okay? We don't need you to tell us that you're a liar and a cheater and that everything's true. Those women who exposed him on Tasha K's show, they already told us it was all true. And they had receipts. They had receipts, sir. Okay, that's why he had no choice but to admit it. He's sitting there acting like he's coming clean. No, sir, you're admitting it because you have no choice. Because we already know what really happened, okay? How you really get down. Now, how can he look his kids in the eyes while he's doing stuff like this? That's what one user said. And for a while, people didn't even know he had kids. He never mentioned the kids. Okay, he never mentioned the kids. People were shocked and appalled when Tasha K came out and said that he had kids. Now, this is at least, this is a last push to show dominance because it's the absolute last thing he feels like that he has any minor control over. That's what one person posted. A third person commented saying, I would throw that name in the bin. Why would I keep that ish with all that trauma? So Derek seemingly responded to the influx of negative attention with an IG story post that read in part saying you get to a point in life where you don't care who's mad, who they are recruiting to be mad with them, and it's peaceful over here. That's what he said. Okay, so I'm going to go to this video because she's addressing, Dania Jackson addresses the commentary about her appearance in those videos with her husband, Derek Jackson. Yeah, I want to know why she was looking like that too, because I think he made her put that stuff on and just downplay herself to look, forlorn and homely. Basically, it's my opinion.
And if you are not prepared and you do not know what to do, you will drown and you will be a casualty in this war. I did not come here to play games and to play dress up. I came here in my battle suit. I came here on the battleground covered in the blood of Jesus. I received the anointing of the warrior and I spilled the blood of the enemy. You see a bonnet, I see the helmet of salvation. You see an army green shirt, I see the breastplate of righteousness. I see the belt of truth, the sandals of peace, the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of God, and the shield of faith. And I've come to the battleground covered in the blood of Jesus to proclaim victory over sin. And as God does for me, he is going to do for those of you who believe.
Okay, so here's the thing. I think that she has some type of mental issue she's dealing with, if I were just to venture to guess. Because it seems almost like she's a religious fanatic. That's what it's given. Hold on. I'm gonna play a couple of her videos, but I'm gonna mute the volume because she's playing music in the background. Okay. Here we go. This is the kind of stuff that she posts on her Instagram, and I think this is why he wants her to change her last name, get rid of his last name, because he's probably embarrassed. Feels like it's drawing negative attention. Okay, all sounds and looks crazy. All right, it's, I don't know. Terry Hill said, looks like she's lost in the sauce. Poetical Wind said, Bible thumping gone wrong. Courtney J said, this has to be a farce. Y'all are terrible. Nene said, is that praise dancing? I don't know what she was doing, honey, but it was funny to me. But I do think that's why he wants her to change her last name. I think he's embarrassed. And I think I would be embarrassed too. Okay? I would be embarrassed too. Okay, so anyway, with that all being said, honey, we're about to be up out of here because I have to come back later. But listen, here's what they're saying about the whole Dara Thompson thing, right? Honey, this is a whole lot of death for us to be dealing with so close together, back to back. But here's what they're saying about Dara Thompson. This came out a few hours ago. It says, neighbor says he spotted suspicious behavior at the home where Dara Thompson was reportedly killed. Okay, so let's go to this because I haven't heard this report. This is from 12 hours ago. Here.
And we start the 10 with a Fox 5 exclusive. A neighbor of the suspect accused of killing Dara Thompson talking tonight about the suspicious behavior he says he saw from the suspect in the aftermath of her disappearance.
And it comes on the same day that suspect appeared in the courtroom. Fox 5's Shamari Stone live tonight in Bowie with this exclusive. Shamari?
Well, tonight, that neighbor tells me that he is shocked just days after this case unfolded. I want to show you how close he lives next to the suspect's house. You see right here, this is where the neighbor lives. And right here, this is the home where 35-year-old Hugo Hernandez Mendez lived. And police served a search warrant here at the suspect's house. They say they found blood stains, women's lingerie, hair from a wig consistent with one Dara Thompson wore, and a fingernail that matches the one missing from Dakara's hand.
Yeah, Shamari. I've lived next door to these people for years.
Cody is breaking his silence after he says he talked to Prince George's County homicide detectives about the murder of 19-year-old Dara Thompson.
It is the first time I'm speaking publicly about this. Like I said, I live directly next door. I was 40 feet away from where the attack happened.
Living next door to suspect 35-year-old Hugo Hernandez Mendez, the alleged illegal immigrant who police say killed Dara Thompson inside his bedroom in this home in Bowie, Maryland. Cody tells me he stepped outside his house early morning on August 23rd and saw something burning in the suspect's backyard.
The smell is different. It's not brush smell. It smells more like something you'd smell akin to like a trash burning or something like that. I would be willing to bet that they were burning evidence of some sort. I know that when I told the detectives this, I know that ash pile that was back there is no longer back there.
And Cody wonders why Hernandez Mendez wasn't already in jail. ICE officials telling us he's in the country illegally. U.S. Park Police arrested him in April on a DUI, but for some reason he was released. Dara Thompson's mother saying that's disappointing.
I'm very disappointed, finding that out now, because we may not be here today if they did what they were supposed to do.
Detectives say Dara was seen on surveillance video entering the front passenger side of Hernandez Mendez's SUV in a parking lot on University Boulevard around 3 o'clock in the morning on August 23rd. Her father telling investigators she had texts saying she was going to get gas. Those were her last known whereabouts before her body was discovered off Route 50. An autopsy reveals Dara had skull and facial fractures.
Being 40 feet from a murder, it's something that you're never going to get used to. It's something that you're never going to be okay with. It's something you're never going to be comfortable with. And my heart goes out to her family. I can't even imagine.
Now tonight, Hugo Hernandez Mendez is in jail without bond. His next court appearance is on October 8th. We reached out to ICE, U.S. Park Police, and Prince George's County Police, and we are waiting for them to get back to us. On the other side of the house, I just want to take the time real quick to show you the front. You can see there is a memorial that has grown. A woman around an hour ago dropped off some more balloons here. This is the community showing support for Dara Thompson because this is where police say the murder happened. I'm Shamari Stone, and I'll continue to bring you the latest developments in this.
Everybody in that house knew what went on because they knew that man. They knew what kind of person he was. That wasn't his first time at the rodeo. He's done nefarious things before. I'm sure they admitted that he had a drug, or shall I say illegal substances and alcohol problem. Okay? And I believe that he's a serial killer. I just believe that wasn't his first time that he was out prowling or whatever, looking for a victim, okay, to prey upon. And I think he's done it before. Let's not forget they found multiple women's underwear and lingerie in his room. In his room. That's right. Swift said they heard the screams. Yes, they heard it. Yes, they did. Trying to act like they're on the other side of the house or whatever. But someone told me that they live not too far from there, and they said those houses are just like one level in that area. They're nice houses, but they're like one level. So what is the likelihood of them not hearing something? She was in there fighting for her life. There was noise. And it sounds like he beat her to death because they said she had a fractured face and head. It sounds like he beat her to death. And she was itty bitty. She was probably like, 5'1" or 5'2", very petite. It's just all around sad at the end of the day. Prayers and condolences to her family. It's going to be a long time, if ever, for them to get over this. Really sad. Okay, so now with that all being said, I'm about to be out of here. Oh, let me just tell you all something else before I go. I got to show you all a couple of these TikToks where, remember the young man that I told you all was taken to the barn? The young man who was taken to the barn, the little 14-year-old, lured to Wisconsin. Now, he's from Chicago. He was lured to Wisconsin to a barn party. So they could try to put him in a meat grinder or some sort of farm equipment. They're now saying it wasn't exactly a meat grinder, but some other kind of equipment. But Question is, why haven't the police made any arrests, and how come there's no hate crime charges? They were clearly committing a whole hate crime. And also, it's important to note that, so I was told on yesterday that there was 3, not one. Keontae was not the first, but they said there was 3 Black teens all together taken, lured there at different times with the same thing that happened to them. So I want you all to pay attention, because why? And they're also saying that all of those young men that were involved, that they're thugs, not young men, those thugs that were involved, that every last one of them has relatives in the police department. So I think that's why they haven't been arrested. I think that's why they haven't been arrested. But let's go to these TikTok videos about it, because the news is not reporting on this.
Not national news, not state news, hell, not even local news. So listen, we're going to talk about it here because you know how G Money do it. We do it on this page. Look, so a 14-year-old named Keontae from Chicago was at a barn party in Highland, Wisconsin. And he was obviously a Black Indigenous chosen one. And there was a bunch of white boys, and they were around, and they were hollering racial slurs with the hard ER, and they were shoving them and pushing them, and they almost threw them in a meat grinder. And like I said, this was at a high school barn party. And on top of that, the sheriff came out there, but the sheriff was called. The sheriff came out there. The sheriff was out there, but it was for a fire. It wasn't to investigate them brutally beating and assaulting this young 14-year-old boy named Keontae. So you get what I'm saying? And like I said, there was reports that came out after that 3 other Black Indigenous boys had been set up and lured to that barn and beaten on and done like that too. So I say all that to say this: we're living in Trump's America, where Black Indigenous pain and Black Indigenous injustices go unnoticed. They get swept under the rug. Now, had that have been the other way around, it would have been a bunch of Black Indigenous boys beating on and grouping up on a white boy. Oh, it would have made every news. It would have made local news. It would have made state news. It would have made national news. It would have made every fucking news, and it would have been classified as a hate crime. So why the fuck ain't this classified as a hate crime? So justice for Keontae. And this is bullshit. Like I said, what we should do is we should get together. And we beat up motherfucking kids too, especially the white racist motherfuckers. You white racists, and here's what it is too. We know we should show up at these parties, man. Somebody should find out. Somebody from Wisconsin hop in these comments and tell me where these parties be going down, and we'll get together. We'll take a little road trip, and we'll show up at one of these barn parties when they start doing their racist shit. And guess what, man? We'll give it to them. And then when they want to get their parents, we'll give it to them too, because this shit starts in the household. This shit is taught at a young age. It starts in the household. So we'll give it to all of them. We don't give a.
Y'all heard what he said, honey. He said they'll give it to him. Sounds serious to me. This is all so crazy. Okay, so D Major Scale said he said what he said. Exactly.
So by now, I'm sure you guys have heard about the Black kid who was at a barn party with nothing but white kids, and they tried to stuff him in a meat grinder. Okay, cool. I want to talk about how you as parents fail your kids by not keeping it real with them. Now, it's okay to move into these neighborhoods because you want a better life for them, and send them to these schools because you want a better life for them. But what's not okay is you not telling them about the truth of this world that they're in. Because even though you want the best things for them, this world is still what it is. You can paint that fucking picture all you want and act like, oh, it's so perfect, no worries. But you are doing them an injustice by not letting them know the truth of this world. Of course, the majority of their friends are going to be white folks because that's what you got them surrounded by. And that's okay to you. I mean, to me, it's not. If I'm going to be surrounded by white people, I need to know exactly how these white people are. But you go on and you send your kids out with these white folks, and you want them to think that everything is A-okay. And before you know it, they dangling from a fucking tree, or they're getting stuffed in a meat grinder. That shit is 100% the parents' fault. It's your fault. You out here sugarcoating this shit when it ain't that. You need to let them know that at any moment these people will flip on you. You also need to let them know that they are the true gods of this world, because whether you believe it or not, that's the reason most of these white folks hate you. You're chosen. God have gifted you more than any other people on this earth. Melanated people are gifted. I never question why white people, why are they like that? Why are they stalking us? They're obsessed. Why wouldn't they be? Look, him said it no better way. If I was you, I would hate me too. Clearly, you don't know how fucking great you are, regardless on whatever part of this world you stand, wherever you at, or how broke you are, how much money you have. It doesn't fucking matter. You're melanated. You're Black. Automatically, you are blessed. This earth And y'all send y'all kids out here, you don't tell them the truth about these people, and you make them blind. You don't even know the fucking art of war. You sit back and let your kid be the dumbest fucking person in the world surrounded by white folks. Like everything is just grand. Stop doing that shit. Keep it real with your fucking kids. They need to know their history, and I'm not fucking talking about slavery. They need to know that they are the true gods and kings of this fucking world. Then they'll understand where the envy and the jealousy come from. But as long as you wake up every day and send your kids out to be surrounded by the enemy and don't allow them, at least come on, that's the...
She's absolutely right. She is absolutely right. Okay? My stepfather told me what time it was when I was 6 or 7 years old. Okay? When I was 6 or 7 years old, my stepfather told me what time it was. Okay? Absolutely. And honey, I grew up in Louisville, Kentucky, where it's real racist. Okay? So my stepfather definitely told me about that kind of stuff, honey, at the end of the day. And I told my sons. That's why when my son asked me a few years ago, he asked me, my youngest son asked me, could he go somewhere with his friend Christian, who's Caucasian? And I said, who all's going? Who all's going? Is it just you and Christian, or you, Christian, and a whole bunch of other people who look like Christian? It was just him and Christian, so I let him go. My sister told me that my oldest nephew had asked her, could he go hunting with some of them? And she said, hell no. Okay, so you can come up shot? Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so. Do you all remember that story I reported on about the Jamaican man who went out to a cabin in the woods with people who don't look like him, and they shot and killed him? And then their story was that he flipped on them, started trying to kill them, so they had to all kill him. Y'all remember that? That's right, Dick Cheney. Exactly. Honey, they're not going to ever convince me they weren't trying to take Dick Cheney up out of here. That's probably one of the best ways to take somebody out. Take them hunting and then say, I accidentally shot him. I was aiming at a deer. You don't think people do stuff like that? Or these people who take people on cruises and then mysteriously they come up overboard. They fall overboard. Honey, please. You can't pay me to go on a cruise or out in the woods to hunt. Okay? You can't pay me to do any of it. Mel said, you become the hunted. Exactly. Nessa G said her son wanted to go gator hunting with his friends. That doesn't look like him. I told him, hell no. First of all, I'm glad you told him hell no, because since when do people who look like me go gator hunting? Okay, please. Make it all make sense. Gator? Honey, he would have been gator food. Okay? He would have been gator food. D-Major Scale Up said gator hunting. Okay, Adrian said, remember that movie with Ice-T Queen about hunting and he was the hunter? Yes, it's called Surviving the Game. And that movie, so just so you all should know, that's a documentary to me. Because let me tell you all something. When I did that very thorough report some years ago about Nicole Kidman's father, Dr. Anthony David Kidman, over there in Sydney, Australia, and the things that he was doing according to, what's that lady's name? What is her last name? Her name is Fiona Barnett. That's the lady that wrote the book called Eyes Wide Shut or Eyes Wide Open, a play on the movie that Nicole Kidman starred in, Eyes Wide Shut. But she said that they would take them as little children out into the woods for these hunting parties, just like that movie. And that's not the first time I've heard that. Fiona Barnett said it, but that's not the first time I've heard it. There's a lady, I can't remember her first name, but her last name is Cruz. And she's Latina. And this lady wrote a book about all this nefarious stuff that goes on. Honey, I can't even get into it on here. I have to talk about it on another platform. But at the end of the day, yeah, it's a whole lot. So anyway, with that all being said, Here's another video of somebody talking about that same incident with Keontae. Keontae was 14 years old. Very little petite dude, too, compared to the people that were trying to attack him and beating him and calling him the N-word and all of that. And I don't understand how they saying this isn't a whole hate crime. They were calling him the N-word while beating him and trying to put him into some sort of equipment. I think it actually was a meat grinder, okay? They convinced me with it. But whatever it was, they lured him there and attacked him. And there were grown people involved. So why isn't anybody being charged? And how come there's no hate crime charges? They need to call the feds in. That's what his family needs to do. They need to call in the feds. And then here's the thing. The police that are investigating, they keep saying that Keontae's not being cooperative. That when they reach out to him, he's not being cooperative. Well, you know, he may not be. Maybe his parents told him not to because they're going to call the FBI, or maybe because they're going to sue. I don't know. But they're claiming he's not being cooperative. I hope it's not because he's going to be sitting there talking about forgiving. You know how some black folk do.
I want to say this, man, to the teen that went to the barn party with the Caucasian teenagers that turned around and tried to throw them in a meat grinder. You know what's so fucked up and so fucking crazy is that when you guys come to our cookouts, you guys come to our gatherings, we could beat you into a pulp, but do we? We could pick you up, throw you into the grill, but do we? We make all Caucasian people feel like family when you come to our shit.
He's absolutely not lying. I know you all remember that video I showed you of the Caucasian woman who was at a event, like a festival where there's a bunch of black people, and she was talking about how she feels more comfortable around black people than she does her own people. She was talking about how nice everybody was to her, so inviting, not looking at her like she's crazy because she's feeding her baby and all this stuff. At the end of the day, it's all true. We are the most humane people on the planet. I don't care what anybody says. I'm convinced. Now, they can sit here and try to portray us as animals and thugs and vagabonds or whatever. Yeah, of course, there's some of us that act like that because they're idiots. But at the end of the day, collectively, black people are the most accepting people on this planet, bar none. We are. We are very accepting of other people, okay? And collectively, we don't go around starting hate crimes or luring people off places to do nefarious things to them just because of their race. That's what we don't do. Now, there might be a couple of idiots amongst us who do that, but collectively, that's not what we do. That's not what we do. And another thing is, due to the inhumane treatment that we have endured for centuries and all of the low-down things that have been done to us collectively, there are some people, specifically racist, who think that if we ever came to power, we would do the same to them. I'm not going to do any of that to them. I just want them to leave us the hell alone. Racist people, if you don't like people who look like me, just stay away from us and we'll stay away from you. That's what I would like. Segregate yourself. I don't want to bring harm to you. I don't want you to be my slave. Okay, I don't want to lure you off and try to do something stupid to you. That's not even in my spirit. Okay? Because then you become just like them, the racist people. So with that all being said, little do they know we have no desire to do the things to them that they've done to us. If we did, we'd have already done it. That's the thing. And another thing too is it always gets me when they are able to successfully fool other people into thinking that we're animals and thugs and so nefarious. Because if we were any of those things collectively, I'm sure we'd have gotten back revenge by now. Sure, we'd have gotten back some sort of revenge by now. After all that we've been through, but we're not that way. Despite them trying to portray us as thugs and hoodlums, if we were collectively, I'm sorry, there might not be any of them left. Okay? That's just my opinion.
And this is the crazy thing. We show too much love in this country, and nobody shows it back to African Americans. Caucasian people, I see Caucasian people in my 30-something years of living. I've seen Caucasian people go to African American cookouts, and they make them feel like home, bro. They make them feel like family. So I really don't understand, like, why you guys did this shit to the African American teenager. We don't do that to y'all. And to tell you the truth, we have all right to do shit to y'all. But we don't. We show love. We show respect. We let you hang out with the family. You want to eat? Go eat. You motherfuckers don't do that to us. You motherfuckers don't do that to us.
He's right. He is absolutely right. Now let me show you all something, because this lady right here is so stupid. I'm gonna go ahead and venture to guess that this lady, she's got to be crazy. Okay, she's got to be crazy, and she's got to be a hater. Now she went to the school. I'm sorry, no, she went to her ex's wedding, her baby daddy. She went to his wedding dressed as a clown. Now, y'all see if y'all can make it make sense, because so far I cannot. So she went to his wedding dressed as a clown because she says that he didn't come to the son's graduation. So she went to the wedding dressed as a clown and tried to cause a scene, which I thought is so ignorant.
Man, y'all some straight motherfucking clowns. Y'all got to know the goddamn invite my kids to y'all motherfucking shit. But yeah, y'all done show my son graduation. Y'all all some straight motherfucking bitch ass clowns. Hey, what the fuck wrong with you hoes? Y'all some straight clowns. No disrespect, Miss Sadie. I'm sorry. And my son. But y'all some straight clowns, bitch. And you invite my son. Y'all ain't come to my son's graduation. But y'all gonna get to invite my son? Man, fuck y'all and y'all win, bitch.
We gonna need somebody to make it all make sense. No, what now? So he didn't come to the graduation. So she went to the wedding dressed like that. First of all, here's the thing. She called them clowns. She said, oh, y'all some straight clowns. She called them clowns, but yet she dressed like one. She dressed like a clown but calls them clowns. I didn't get it. I don't understand why she went there dressed like a clown, for what? She clearly went there because she's a whole hater and probably mad because he's not marrying her, marrying somebody else, and likely used this opportunity as an excuse. The fact that he didn't come to the graduation, she likely used that as an excuse to go there and start BS. And then talking about no disrespect, Miss So-and-so. Girl, it's all disrespect. What are you talking about? It's all disrespect. She made herself look like a whole darn fool, as far as I'm concerned. Honey, you went there dressed like a clown. And I feel sorry for her son, because did y'all see the son? He was like, Mama. So embarrassed. So embarrassed. And I hope I never embarrass my children. If I never embarrass my son to that degree. Okay, this is crazy. Anyway, honey, I'm about to let y'all go. This is all sad. Today just seems low vibrational for me. Mel said embarrassing. Okay. D Major said, what in the Ahmadiyyah McDonald is going on? Oh, honey, that was just embarrassing, honey. Y'all ever experienced secondhand embarrassment? Because that's what that was. That's what that was. Okay, so I'm about to be out of here, beloveds. I want to thank you all for tuning in. I'll be back later at about 6:30. Okay, so each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. All right. Thank you, retired federal officer. Okay, so each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always remember, beloveds, to keep the Most High first in your lives. Okay? Let me tell you all something before I go. This is what I meant to tell you all the other day. Remember when I was talking and I forgot my train of thought? Let me just go ahead and tell you all this. Now listen, specifically in light of what's happened to with this story with Romeca Meeks. So here's some food for thought. Now y'all laughed at me, ladies, when I showed y'all that little video of the kids trying to do self-defense. But here's the thing though. Listen, just keep this in mind. If somebody is coming at you with a gun, if somebody is coming at you with a gun, right? The best thing to do is to charge them. That's my opinion. I'm not telling y'all to do this. I'm just telling you my opinion. If somebody's coming at me with a gun, I'm going to try to charge them, okay, and fight them for it. Because bullets can travel distance. So you can run, but they can still shoot at you. So I would probably try to charge them. Now, if somebody has a knife, that's when you run. Because they need to get close up on you with the knife. Okay? I just thought I'd share that with you all. I did take a self-defense class years ago. And I'm going to tell you another thing, too. Okay, retired federal police officer Carol Banks said charge. That's right. Thank you. Now, another thing is, for the ladies specifically, if you're somewhere late at night or whatever, or just anywhere, and someone tries to accost you, and by that I mean like abduct you, like put a gun on you and tell you to get in the car or whatever, try to make you go with them, don't do it. Don't do it. Because once you've seen their face, and if they have a weapon and they get you in that car and they take you to a different location, they're going to kill you 9 times out of 10. And nobody may not find your body ever, or they may not find it for quite some time. So with that all being said, at the end of the day, if somebody ever tries to lure you or make you get in or whatever, fall out. Just fall out like you fainted and lay there. Because what are they going to do? Pick you up? Well, they might, but hopefully not. But definitely don't voluntarily get in that car. There was a lady years ago, and over in Stone Mountain. There was a Kroger over there, and I used to pass it on Redan Road coming from work a lot. And I would stop at that Kroger because I would get off work late at night, like midnight or whatever. And there was always this guy sitting out there like he's waiting on somebody or something. I don't know. But anyway, he asked me for a ride a couple of times, and I would always tell him no. Anyway, this lady gave him a ride one night. Bad mistake. After he got in the car with her, he pulled a gun on her and made her drive to the interstate, told her to get on 285 or whatever. But instead of getting on 285, she saw an ambulance coming, so she pulled in front of the ambulance and caused a wreck on purpose. Smart thinking. Because what the hell was he going to do when he got on the interstate? I don't know. But he wasn't wearing a mask. Okay, we all know people don't like to leave witnesses. So that was probably the best idea she had. Okay? Other than not letting him in the car in the first place, is all I'm saying. So anyway, y'all remember these tidbits of information, because at the end of the day, you hopefully won't need them, but just in case you do. Okay, so with that all being said, I'm up out of here. Mad Dog Jackson, where have you been? Talk about, hey, Queen Ahmadiyyah. Hey, beloved. Okay, so anyway, Courtney J said it will be the Wild Wild West messing with me. I know that's right. And you know what's funny? Speaking of the Wild Wild West, remember when we were kids and we used to watch the Westerns? At least I did with my stepdad and stuff. And so I always liked the Westerns, but I remember cheering for the cowboys. It just goes to show how we've been brainwashed and indoctrinated and all that stuff. We were cheering for the cowboys rather than the Indians. Little did we know the Indians were us. Okay? The indigenous people of this land. We're sitting there cheering for the cowboys. Please pay attention. Please, Sam said the Queen has never led us the wrong way. Thank you, beloved. I appreciate you. Okay, so listen, I'm out of here. I love you all to life. Enjoy the rest of this beautiful day. Each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always remember, beloveds, to keep the Most High first in your lives. And I will see you all later. Peace.
hit him with that flavor.
Gold all in my skin, God all in my blood. Kings all in my circle, you touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen, why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunta. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. See a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all at Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threats. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood. Kings all in my circle, you touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood. Kings all in my circle, you touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got